In today's video, I'm going to show you how to bulk create 30, 40, 50 social media templates in just a few minutes, saving you hours of boring, repetitive tasks. Canva has just supercharged its bulk create feature, and it's more powerful than ever. So you might be thinking, oh, big deal, Nikki, I've been using bulk create for ages. Well, watch this video and you'll discover an exciting new update. And as a bonus, I'm going to show you how to save even more time so you can put your feet up, go to the gym, or spend time with your family rather than spending long hours at your desk. There are 2 ways you can bulk create in Canva, so let's take a look. As you can see, I'm using Canva's new Glow Up dashboard that was released just a few days ago at Canva Create. If you don't have it yet, don't worry, because you can still use this technique using the old dashboard. The first step you'll need to take is to choose a template that you use on a regular basis, such as a motivational post, a daily tips template, that kind of thing. My goal is to be able to create 30 different testimonial posts for sharing on social media in just a few minutes. You'll need to note the elements that are going to change on each new post. So in this case, the photograph, customer name, and their testimonial. The next step is to set up an Excel spreadsheet. If you use a Mac device, you can easily sign up for a Microsoft 365 plan by selecting Business and then paying just £4.90 per month. And with that plan, you will get these cloud services as well as Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. And all of these can be integrated with Canva, just so that you know. So open up a blank spreadsheet and then create the number of columns that you need for each element that will change in your template. So I need 3 columns for the name, the testimonial, and a photo. You're going to add labels to these columns. So I've typed in name already, testimonial, and photo, and you'll see why in just a minute. And underneath you can start adding your data. So I've already added 3 names, I've added their testimonials, and a photograph as well. When uploading photos into an Excel spreadsheet, you need to ensure that you follow this process. Go to the Insert tab and click on it, select Pictures, and then choose from these 4 options. I'm going to upload my photo from my own device, so I'll select Picture from File, select Insert, and then I'm just going to resize it slightly. Okay, and that's done. Don't forget to name your spreadsheet before you close it down. And you might also want to name the individual spreadsheet if you're intending to add other sheets underneath. And I've named this spreadsheet Testimonials. It just makes life slightly easier. And again, you'll see why in just a minute. Now go back to your Canva template. Once there, you're going to go to the side column and select Apps and then find Bulk Create. And I can see it just here. If you can't find it, just type in Bulk Create into the search bar, hit enter, and there it is. And this is where the fun really starts. You're going to upload your data. So at the foot of this column here, click on Upload Data. And you're going to upload that spreadsheet you've just created. At the top, you need to select your sheet, and this is why I labelled mine Testimonials, because I can see it just here. Make sure you've selected the correct range of data, and this is correct, so A1 to C4. If I refer back to my spreadsheet, A1 to C4. So that's correct. You can also double check that you've got all the data you need by taking a look at the range preview underneath. So I've got my 3 columns. When you're happy, click the purple continue button at the bottom of this column to go to the next step. And here we're going to connect our data with the template. So first things first, I'm going to connect the name data by selecting the name text box. clicking on the three little dots, and then clicking on Connect Data. And this is another reason why I suggest you name the columns in your spreadsheet, because it makes it so much easier to select in Canva. So I'm now going to click on Name, and I'm going to repeat this step for the testimonials and the photo. Select Testimonial, click the three little dots, click Connect Data, and select Testimonial. And when the data is connected, you'll see a little purple label here, and also the corresponding field in this column here also turns purple. Finally, I'm going to connect the photograph. So I'm going to select it, click the three little dots, or I can go to the floating menu and select Connect Data, and then click on Photo. So all my data fields are now connected with my template. Once you've completed this stage, click on Continue. Just double check you have all your data fields connected, and then click on Generate however many designs. And in just a few seconds, I now have 3 totally different testimonials. So from start to finish, that took me just a few minutes. If you don't want to use a spreadsheet to bulk create, you can also input data directly into Canva. If you'd rather use this method, I do recommend you create a new Canva folder and then upload all the photos you want to include in your templates into this folder. It will make your life so much easier, as you'll find out in just a minute. Also, if you're inputting text, save time by pasting it into a document or a notes app so you can quickly copy and paste it into Canva. Okay, so just as you did before, select the template you want to use. I'm going to use this one here, Daily Work Tip. Again, be clear in your mind which template elements will be changing. So in this case, it will be the photo and the daily tip. Now go over to the left-hand side toolbar, find Apps, click on it, and then find Bulk Create again. Now, instead of entering data via a spreadsheet, you're going to click on Enter Data Manually. This will bring up a table into which you're going to add your data. By default, Canva provides you with 2 columns, one for names and one for email addresses. You can add columns for text by clicking on Add Text, and a column for images by clicking on Add Image. I'm just going to clear this table so I can start from scratch. So I have one column for my text, which will be tips. So if I click on this cell here, I can now type tips. And then I need to add a column for my photos. So I'm going to click on Add Image. And then I'm going to type photos. Great. So now I can start inputting data into this table. So I'm going to click on the first cell and then copy and paste my first tip. Next, I'm going to add the relevant image. So if I hover my mouse over this cell and click on the plus icon, I can now easily locate the photographs within the folder that I suggested you set up. So here it is. I'm going to click on it and then select the relevant photo. Okay, so you just repeat this step for however much data you want to add to the table. Once you've finished all of that, go to the bottom right-hand corner of the table and click on Done. The next step is to do exactly as we did before and connect our template with the data. So I'm going to select the text box for the daily tips. I'm going to go up to the floating toolbar and click on Connect Data, and then select Tips. I'm going to do the same for the photographs. Click the photo frame, connect data, select photos, and that's done. Next step is to click on Continue. I'm going to double check that all my data is selected, and it is. And I'm going to click on Generate my 3 designs and wait for the magic to happen. Fantastic. And that's all done. My bonus tip today to help you save even more time and streamline your work processes is to schedule each social media template directly to your social media platforms without having to leave Canva. I've got a bite-sized course available for just £10.99, which will walk you through the entire process of using Canva's scheduler. You'll also get a free upgrade to Canva Pro for 30 days. So just click the links, which I'll leave in the description box underneath. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up if you found it useful.